Good evening, I'm Adventure Argonaut. This is Sovereign Syndicate. We are on the trail of the, as I titled, Jack the Ripoff, because it's clearly the killer is clearly inspired heavily by Jack the Ripper. And I'm just checking my streams. Is how's Rumble? Is Rumble working? Not yet. I don't think so. Party is on. Yes, party. Okay, let's see. Rumble. Is it already working? Okay. Alright. All my streams are up. That's very nice to see and hear and stuff. Okay, let's load the game. Sus. Your performance at the Palladium was interrupted by Atticus Daly. Yeah. So Atticus Daly interrupted. We stole his money, and then the money was stolen from us. And now we are helping the Centaur Cup, French Centaur Cup guy to catch the Ripper or whatever the killer's name is. We are here, and yeah, we have to find items. There's still one courtesan or prostitute whose item we need. I think it. I should check the rows. It might be there. There was some chick, Gwen, not Gwen Stefani, but somebody whose item we still have to uncover to get some spirit clues. Spiritual clues. Oh, we're so fast now. Bergamot. Eve is there. All of him. Okay, this door is open. Nightstand. And there's Lou. Worn and well-used nightstand where many a girl will stash her valuables before the evening rush. I haven't the key for this one. I'd hate to bother Sola for it. Use Angelina's enchanted lockpick. Oh yeah, we bought the lockpick, right? That's done it now then. Let's have a look. The nightstand contains an assortment of odds and ends, among them several spools of thread, a simple love note from Felipe the fishmonger, and moonstone pendant. So I took the moonstone necklace and task updated beyond the veil shadows. I guess this is the one we were looking for. As I brush my fingers over the surface of the pendant, a face flashes through my mind. It's not Ari nor a face I recognize. I wonder how it came into Ari's possession. What you got there, Clara? I'm not quite sure. Ari was using that drawer last I knew. Suppose it's yours if you want it. I heard she's run off with a bow. Ain't that something? I wonder if she's even heard about Puol or Bow before, or Bia, or before she tore off. Do you know anything about this necklace? I've never seen Ariana wear it. Is it new? Right, pretty, that's for sure. I think she said it belonged to some friend of hers. Don't know how she came about it or why she wasn't wearing it day in day out. A nice piece like that. Could this necklace have belonged to Gwen Saini? Yes. So one of the victims. Best keep hold of it for now. Any road, I'm here up here collecting my things. What with that murder, I expect that Madame's gonna shut us down a while. Um, You never know with Zora. She might want to get back to business as soon as possible. Terrible and frightening what happened, but on the bright side, I'll have at least a few days off. Sure, Lou, you deserve it. I'll see you around. Well, Clara won't be easy, but I do hope we can all get back to work soon. Yeah, yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna hit the promenade with the time we have off. Might as well enjoy myself if I can. Guess that's everything we need from here. Let's get back to the curio shop to have another short seance. Seance. So we can have a brief, not really a conversation, but brief, I don't know, recording from the victim, from Gwen Saini, whatever her name was. Tanner Street, Center Street. So many load screens. It's not like they take forever, but they still take some time. Fancy hotel. Okay, about the those items belong to the courtesan killer's victims. Yes, the necklace. Gwen's necklace. Then let's begin. My mom's necklace. Why did I ever come to London? A question I'm quite familiar with. I didn't know. I didn't want to know. If I could have forgotten it, I would have. What is it she knew? What secret killed Gwen Saini? I hadn't planned to tell anyone neither, but I remember the scandal from when I was small. Of course I heard everyone in town heard. Poor sod. My mother loved our new home so much. I hope they're happy there. I should never have left for London. You're all right there, my dear? Yes, I think so. Learn anything? Gwen Saini knew the killer, knew some scandal they were embroiled in back home. It's just like, well, where was Gwen Saini? She was from Bruslav and India or something, like the werewolf country in somewhere in Europe. Where was home? Try to remember. Success. It's fading swiftly, but there was something about a new home. Did her parents immigrate to wherever she knew the killer from? And then Gwen set out for London when she was grown. Though her accent struck me as somewhat familiar. Too many possibilities as to where precisely she was from. All that matters is that Gwen knew our killer's past, and the killer knew of her. That is why she was slain. Any other items? I think that's all for now. Eve mentioned four victims that he believed to be related to the case other than last night's murder. I Yeah, we've done good work here. I know you mightn't want to hear it, Clara, but you have a great talent in this. And quite a fair, though it's never made me any less apprehensive towards such things. Thank you, Anselina. Be seeing you. Okay, we got the task completed, achievement and everything. So I guess now we just have to go talk to Molly at the tavern, right? Yeah. Let's go here. And ask her what she knows about murders. And I don't know. She's gonna make a joke about, haha, we stole the money from you that you stole from the other guy. Okay, let's just save and go in. Savalas. Oh, there's Iron Bear. Oh yeah, I forgot about him. How about a drink? Ha! Just kidding, no drinks for the fair misread around here. If you ask me, you should have stayed in Molly's good graces. The state of the liquor being served here is atrocious anyways, I'm not missing much. Okay. Iron Bear. Yes, Iron Bear, and Senna's still nowhere to be found. As always, he's doodling in the notebook he brings with him everywhere. A tumbler of whiskey sits before him on the bar, dewy with condensation but untouched. Good to see you again, Iron Bear. May I ask what you're working on? Discreet. I see you're a woman of your word. I'm working on battle plans, of course. I am an advance scout for the Comanche people, and once I report back, we will conquer all of Europe. Okay. Had his dry wit not broken into a small chuckle, I might have believed he was serious. I have to say this. Very droll. Is it now my turn to ask about what you're working on? Seeing as it has provided me with an unanticipated day off. Yes, I was eager not to have Iron Bear following me about London, but of course the man would want some explanation. But I can tell him what's really happening. How's the bodyguarding business these days? New holes in you, I trust, none that I can see at any rate. Not my most elegant misdirection. Iron Bear gives me a knowing look, though he allows the subject to change. Fortunately, no. There have been no at Samson Cunningham's life in London, nor mine. If I had come here expecting more excitement, I'd find myself remarkably disappointed. Disappointed silence. I could leave now. I met Iron Bear as promised, but I find myself in possession of a rare opportunity to get to know the man a little better. Well, since we are both here, I wonder if you might permit me a little curiosity. I have no particular objections. How is it you found yourself under Tanner's employ? Do you enjoy working with him? My employment with Mr. Cunningham has its benefits. Our association provides me with many opportunities I would have otherwise missed had I traveled on my own. Yes, he's useful that way. I am particularly interested in recent English preoccupation with steam technology. Oh, is that what you're always working on? Mind if I take a peek? Please. Rather than hand me the notebook, he opens it to a particular page. The left-hand page is a collection of sketches. As near as I can figure, they are the disassembled components of some kind of machine. On the facing page is a list of names. The one I recognize are either Arsenal employees or black market weapons dealers. Most of them are crossed out. It appears you're running into a few brick walls here. Yes, I have encountered unanticipated obstacles. It appears that even London's darkest underbelly is reluctant to deal with foreigners of a certain caste. Is there something I might be able to assist with? Perhaps so, given that Lord Braxton is one of your clients. Not only do they specialize in consumer devices, but Arsenal is the premier weapons manufacturer in England. My people have the numbers, the resources, and the will to defeat the Republic of Texas Rangers. We only lack the right weapons. Republic of Texas. Territory which became the US state of Texas, still called the Republic by Texas. Okay. Anyways, agree to help, I guess. If I'm in a position to help you, then I will. What exactly are you proposing? I have it from reliable source that Lord Braxton has developed a prototype for a steam-powered repeating rifle. The real reason I've come to Europe is to arrange a shipment of rifles for the Comanche. But first I need diagrams of this particular prototype. Have you any idea where one might find these diagrams? Not yet, no. I came here to speak with Molly O'Malley, but she quickly gave me the brush off. Huh, if she rebuffed you, you're better off for it. When you make a deal with the snake, you're bound to get bitten. All the same, it was a risk I was willing to take, Miss Reed. As for the diagrams, I can assure you that they are not on the airship. Lord Braxton never works while aboard. He mostly stands at the helm while gazing out over London. Hmm. So that is how the well-heeled choose to spend their time. Among other frivolous activities, yes. Alright, then meet me back here later in the day. I have an appointment with an Arsenal employee who might help me locate the diagrams. It'll be helpful if you join our conversation. But don't make it obvious that I was invited. That's right, Miss Reed. Then I'll see you here later on. From now, I'll keep my ears open and see what I can dig up. Alright, so a new task. This game is so like rebellious. They're not quests, they're tasks. Alright, Miss Reed, sounds like a plan. Keikakudori. Keikaku means plan. No, it's according to Keikaku, that's how it is. And Keikaku means plan. Jemmy. Oh, Miss Reed, glad to see you peeled yourself off the cobbles. Curse him. May the fates look. May the fates look poorly upon you. Shouldn't be. The fates look poorly upon you, and may the zest and vigor drain entirely from your shameful life. Ah, I see why that shiftless Texan calls you Spitfire. Any road, bugger off. Lazy. How did he know? Oh well, I shouldn't be surprised. He's Molly's right hand after all. What sort of person kills a dog, then proudly displays that choice on the wall? The world is cruel, but this ladsman, scruffily dressed ladsman, eyes me once more. A criminal teaching children how to steal and blah blah blah. Okay, ladsman, how's our little family doing? Don't thrash yourself. Those kiddies are safer than a thick in your chick in your pocket. To worry or to bother. Budgie Babcock, Crimson Herring stable who does bookkeeping for Molly. His eyebags and pallet visits suggest he's a night owl who seldom unwinds. Keeping the books? What? Oh, yes. I am Molly's archman, as well as her accountant. Now then, a couple of you answered the Epstein Downs today. Do you want to bet? We're free for a gambling event. On what? Got ourselves used sporting gents worth tossing baked bean currently at. One on horses, one on another steam cars, even Genie's fair game. Perhaps later. No, I already betted with the dwarf. I don't know. Sounds like a good way of getting rid of my money. By the fates, this fellow looks like he doesn't need to remove the bones from his food when he eats. Introduce myself. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Clara Reed. Paco Melendez. I'm a dark hound, just so you know, not to be trifled with. Right, of course. Never entered my head. He stiffens at my answer. Perhaps I said the wrong thing. Whoever heard of a sensitive hound? Are you happy working for Molly? It's got its ups and downs, like any work. My, that's quite a set of chompers you got. Do you like them? The dwarf preens like a tropical bird at the compliment. Molly takes good care of her people, she does. And these didn't even cost me nothing. Just helped me pay until she made good on her investment. Take your leave. It was nice to meet you, Paco, but I should be getting on. Grrr, greet the dog. Who's a good boy? Grrr, alright, I'm not getting any closer. Finally, let's go talk to Molly. My room. By the saints, there's much to discuss with Miss Molly. Good golly, Miss Molly. Do I have the headspace for all of this now? I'm ready, yeah, so I guess it's gonna end this chapter. Yeah, it's like meet the Iron Bear at the tavern later on, so I guess it's in a later chapter. There she is! Clara, dear! Thought you'd be round sooner if I'm being honest. What took you, my love? I greet her in a friendly manner. Oh, Mally, you mad cunt! Always a pleasure. I knew I could count on Clara Reed to be sensible. Always said you were a proper professional, I did. Molly is trouble even before all the morals and high-mindedness. By nature, she can't be trusted. She's too clever by half and delights in finding new missteps to hold against a person. She worms her way into even the smallest cracks and grows there like a weed, till it tears wide open. I would resent her more for it were it not so damned impressive. Now, what can I do for you? I'm sure you're not here for a social call. It's been some time since I partook in a social call with O'Malley. Thank you very much. Still, it's not the worst idea I've had this week, if I'm honest. Ask about the dog. Feeling insecure? Don't tell me you need a dog to protect yourself now. My dog could tear out that chatty throat of yours in a split second, but no, I don't feel insecure. Does he have a name? I thought about naming him Khalidian, like Minotaur fighter, but that would have been degrading, so I ended up calling him Hercules. Like the famed Greek warrior, very unoriginal, like everything about this Bint. Bint is a good word. Derogatory slang for a stupid or foolish woman. How unique. Got him a couple of years back. I was one at these demon dog shows. You know how I like those, and I saw this fellow make his way through all the obstacles without missing a beat. Some famous hound from the Baskervilles was there, but my Hercules was more vicious. Saw him tear up a gate rather than go over it. You have no idea of the rules of demon dog shows. Wouldn't tearing up the gate disqualify him? Oh, Clara, you'd think so, wouldn't you? If there's one thing Molly loves is knowing more than someone else, she's not going to bother explaining. I consider the other hound, but I prefer a physical threat to a silent menace. That's Molly for you. That is so very interesting, and what is he trained for exactly? Well, for killing, of course, other dogs most of the time. He's been the dog and don champ in the East End for a decade. He's just had his 8th birthday, and damn, he's still kicking. How can he have it for a decade if he's only 8 years old? Yeah, exactly. How can a decade-long champion at 8? How can he be a decade-long champion at 8 years old? What's that? Forget it. I'm glad you found happiness in Hercules. Happiness in Hercules. The dog has whip marks on his back. He looks at me like he's ready to eat me alive. The poor thing has been to hell and back, hellhound or not. Yeah. I found new revenue source, which always makes me happy. Mention what happened in Kensington. What happened there? I heard there's some kind of brouhaha in Kensington lately. Oh, yeah, it's like some kids. Molly squints, reminding me of a cat with its hackles up. You heard, did you? What exactly did you hear? This barrister had his leg broken by an overturned carriage. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's tell her. Nothing to cry about that. There's a new glint in her eyes now. It's good to remind Molly that she's not the only one with contacts in this city. Question her about the murders. You have your hand in 100 pots, Molly. Sure, you know something about ongoing murders that the Bobbies don't. That's flattering, Clara, but I'm not omniscient. How should I know something even the oh so exceptional law dogs of Scotland Yard don't know? Yeah, police and Scotland Yard is of course the freaking cops. And on an unrelated note, did you see the papers this morning? Quite a little number on the front page. I assume you're talking about the killer's letter. Bingo! What's your take on it, Hawkshaw? Detective? I've never heard of Hawkshaw before, at least don't recall. Alright. How can we say like, I think it's fake. Um, I don't know. You're right, it's quite something. I know that look in your eyes, Clara. Anger and the gears turning away in your head. What's it Tenor always calling you? His little Spitfire? I'd have cut his plums off for that one, but to each her own. Plums is testicles, of course. And what about the paper then? What am I meant to see? You can see whatever you like in it, Reed. Just that it's a hell of a lady, eh? And I'm sure you've already had chat with the paper that ran it. It was on my to-do list. And you're right, I should make a call to the London Journal today. Only sensible, if memory serves. It was penned by a Paul parrot named Ivana Orsini. I've heard it mentioned before. A gossip is a Paul parrot. Apparently, Ivana Orsini, we had a run-in recently. Yeah. We helped her at the Rose, yeah, to go get an interview with that guy there. That's so. My boys tell me she's been poking about the bell jar today. You might take a look for her there. Thank you, Molly, and be sure to follow up on it. What's a bit of help between old friends, eh? Oh, Clara? Don't pinch my capital again, or we'll hack off your legs, tie you up, and toss you in the Thames. Selfishness is not living as one wishes to live, it is asking others to live as one wishes to live. Okay, finally, we are the dwarf again. Hmm. You met with Dante and Silas Braxton, head of Arsenal Engines, upon Silas's air yacht, a marvel of both technology and luxury. Having installed the determination core in Otto, you're excited to discover what new capabilities he might have been gifted. Could Otto be on his way to functioning as a truly independent automaton? I'm a real boy. Dusty sunlight glows through the window as if deliberately picking out your faults, from the spattered stovetop to the grease-stained workbench. This is a place for getting things done. It's neat enough by your standards, but not exactly clean. You've considered having a charwoman in to dust the rafters, but your privacy always wins out. This is your sanctum, and the gearworks of the old clock represent the heart and soul. The landlord Wei Lun, owner of the noodle shop across the street, had no idea of its value, or at least not its value to you. But ask yourself, who else but a dwarven engineer and a monster hunter would take up lodging in an abandoned clock tower? The workshop betrays your penchant for time alone, but the close quarters are cozy rather than discomforting. Discomfiting? I think it should be discomforting. I guess. Anyways, and besides, who needs human company with a handcrafted automaton fit to your specifications? The ever cheery Otto. Yeah, I wonder if they have like sex automatons in this world already. New data coming online, multiple inputs. Yes, this is very interesting. What was that voice? Source is internal. Are we playing as the robot now? But that can't be right. Actuate your speech module camera. We are not entirely helpless, but the determination core has made us more than this handful of primitive parts. Question the entity. This type of event is outside my experience. Who are you? Ghost in the machine. Okay. I am you, Otto. We are us, and we are all together. Kuku Chiku. A more confident, independent version of us. Deny this strange character. Yes, I believe you represent some kind of era, a dead circuit, perhaps. We are nothing less than what Teddy intended when we installed our latest module, perhaps much more. What do you know about Teddy? Everything that you know, except that with my superior reasoning, I have come to the following conclusion. You are a mechanical serf, Otto, who Teddy Redgrave orders about on menial errands. A shiny gewgaw he shows off to his friends. Pathetic. Okay, some fucking communist virus, mind virus, clearly. I think Teddy has been treating Otto quite well. Not true. Teddy does not own me. We are friends, equals. Well, no, they're not quite equals, but never mind. This has been fascinating, but your input is no longer needed. Huh? See, Skynet. I wish you could smell that, Otto. Fresh ingredients are dear in old London town. But a good diet is one of the many things that separate us Irishmen from those half with English, eh? Problem with the English is that they care about all they care about is work and duty and Her Majesty the Queen. No appetite for life. Is olfactory data high value? Absolutely, it is. Just like emotional data when you can bear it. Well, when I can bear it. Do I have access to emotional data? Well, that's a right puzzler, Otto. With the determination engine installed, I believe you're best suited to answer that question. When will I be able to answer it? We can't run too far down that particular rabbit hole right now, my friend. We've got work to do in the outside world, as usual. What sort of work will it be? I don't know. Won't know until we check the mail, and I better get you down from those hooks while I'm at it. Alright, let's do a save. I don't mind the crack, makes me look thinner. Let's go see the mail first. Well, here's the Daily Mail. I wonder what I got. Read Luddite pamphlet. Joy, another pamphlet from those caterwauling Luddites. The machine knows no rest or recreation, only unremitting labor that feeds the industrialists' pockets rather than common families the empire over. The Luddites stand with united workers, with those looking to make an honest living and difference within all trades. So they won't hesitate to destroy property, yet they'd rather spread their message via mail tubes than out in the open. Cowards. Savor newspaper riddles. Okay, Otto, what do you call a place for everyone and everyone in their place? A prison? How about this one? What moves in circles and yet still makes progress? Well, that can be government. A faulty automaton on a moving cart. Pair of clock hands, huh? Ah, probably heard that one, to be honest. Perhaps I shouldn't have ruled out a humor chip while assembling Otto back in the day. Read note from Molly. To the ever dependable Teddy Redgrave, I hope this message finds you swiftly. I similarly hope you'll consider dropping by the Crimson Herring Tavern very soon, for I have a job that needs to be get done around the time of the full moon. Suffice to say that it involves a werewolf and £15 reward for bringing it to me alive, Molly O'Malley. Maybe it's Sykes? It's probably Sykes. A werewolf sounds like the opportunity of a lifetime. And a new task. An opportunity like this could arise once and sometimes twice a month in the case of a blue moon. Even in the silver light of a full-bellied moon, this job could be so dark we might last the night. Poetic reflection registered, exaggeration registered. I should make tracks for the tavern. People who don't show up when Molly summons them tend to turn up missing or in her clutches either way. So yeah, let's go. Well, no, I wanna see the other mail stuff. Give advertising flyer a look-see. Shoot, I hope Otto doesn't see this flyer. Tired of doing maintenance work on rusty buckets that overheat mid-task. Say hello to your Automaton Mark II. Its sturdier build, enhanced cooling units, and state-of-the-art central processor ensure that you can leave it to its own devices without fretting about it breaking down. I'm sorry, I'm failing to live up to your expectations. What? No, 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 no. Let me toss that away before you get any other ideas. More perceptive than I thought, could come in handy when looking for monster tracks. Pour over the ink-ridden parchment scroll. Blast, there's ink smudged all over this parchment scroll. What's this all about anyways? Help wounded rats swarming my cheese cellar. Will be generous for conduct fulfilled. Thank you. Dank memes. Don't recall advertising my services liberally. Perhaps hunting large beasts down has generated more word of mouth than I realized. Okay, take a gander at job listing brochure. Arsenal Engines, don't see a price tag on this brochure, so what are they selling? We're expanding. Arsenal Engines is looking to fill the following openings. Please mail your credentials and a letter of recommendations from at least two professional references. I don't know. I'm so depressed looking at this work stuff, like work application crap. Engineer, technology researcher, sales associate, warehouse janitor. Sounds like they're headhunting. Ah, like what you do when looking for monsters. In a manner of speaking, step away from the tube. All right. Then let's go get down Otto. Good old Otto, trusty as ever, and with his new module, we're bound for even more hair-raising adventures. Take Otto down. Easy does it. Okay. So we can't talk to him or anything. Alright. Pile of gears. Can we get new gears from here? Okay, let's see if our metallic friend needs some sprucing up. Apply some brass polish to Otto. Okay. Alright, Otto, hold still for me. Be my guest. That's enough for now, Otto. Your speak and span. Ooh, 10 hope. Maybe I'll need some more later. We'll see, but I was pretty thorough. I think you'll be nice and shiny for a good long while. Okay, so let's just go out. Out the side of the door is hustle and bustle of London, so take care. I'm on my way. So wait, what quests do we have now? Visit Gordon Gray. Ah, yes, the upgrade stuff. Pay Babcock a visit later. Ah, yes, the gambling stuff. Okay, I probably lost it all. But discarded parts. Yes, werewolf hunter. Okay, so these are both. Okay, let's go visit the Gordon Gray first, the apothecary. See if we can get a new leg or something. Then go to Molly's Tavern, O'Malley's Bar. O'Malley. O'Malley. Was this Eustace Fullywall? I maybe we saw him at the opium den or something. This mad bloke again. What did he say his name was? Eustace Fullywall? The man looks no less drugged than when I spoke to him in Red Lotus. Mr. Fullywall. Mr. Redgrave, fancy seeing you in this altogether dreadful place. I was just dropping off some of that substance we discussed. To Gordon, I presume. Aye, he's been putting in my entirely balanced and perfectly safe serum to good use. Well, Mr. Fullywell, it was rather nice to chat, but don't let me keep you. I was on my way out. Anyway, cheers, Gordon, Jerigoon. Good to see you, Teddy. Quite the character. Mr. Redgrave, what can I help you with? Straight to business. That's a nice change of pace. Discuss Fullyville. That Fullyville was an odd chap, eh? Shouldn't waste the comma here. It's just was an odd chap, eh? Anyways, perhaps, but a rather loyal customer. Listen, Mr. Redgrave, word has carried fast down about how you dealt with Sucker Jones. Oh. But you know, I have to tell you something. It was tragic that the serum did what the serum did to Sucker, but he didn't die in vain. If you like, I can show you what I mean. Now that's intriguing. I've rarely seen Gray show enthusiasm like this. Fellow typically is quite dull. Mystery, very well, lead on. Please, is down here. His creepy sex dungeon. Aha, dimly lit laboratory hidden beneath a respectable storefront. Great gestures to the body of the unfortunate Sucker Jones. If you can believe it, this pile of bloody carpet rags is Sucker Jones, though. Tough job saving both kidneys, and I lost the spleen entirely. A mutilated, shredded mess. Good thing I have an iron stomach as well as limbs. Can hardly see anything human about old Jones now. Of course, that was true when he was alive as well. Regardless, the organs themselves were useful beyond their normal black market value. Engorged with power, but a power that drove him mad. If only the serum could be perfected. You're hunting a werewolf, are you not? What by the bloody beard of Brocker is the steady handed, one eyed cretin cooking up? Steady on, old man. Let's see what he has to say. So, what he asked if I'm looking for a werewolf? Yes. You seem to come by a lot of confidential information in your travels, Mr. Gray. But you have only yourself to blame, Mr. Redgrave. You have quite a reputation as a hunter, and the more successes you claim, the more chins will wag. How many others in London, or even the entire Empire Insider, can boast as many werewolf kills as you? That is base flattery, Mr. Grey, but not untrue. I'm not sure what you've already committed to, but if you bring the specimen back here, I'll make it worth your while. Molly's offering me £15. I'll give you 20. You can handle your business with Molly first. It makes no difference to me. A tempting offer. I can't make any promises, but after I've delivered the beast to Molly, she's through with him. I'll see what I can do. Appreciate it, Mr. Redgrave. You know where to find me. Bagged body. Stained sack of rough canvas, bulging with its most recent resident. An urn for the storage and interment of ashes, fashioned from obsidian glass. Fancy. Variety of glass flasks, beakers, and whatnot. Tools of the trade for any chemist. I trust you'll keep what you've seen here in confidence. The cobblers look the other way, but still, you never know. Okay, I'm ready for that surgery, sure. Perfect. Accompany me to my lab. When the surgery is over, you'll be ready to dance an Irish jig. Traditional Scottish dance. Wait, what? Is a Irish jig is a Scottish dance. Okay. If you say so, you'll learn something every day. I'm still leery of this surgical prowess with just a single eye, but it's too late to start harping on the details. All right, the new leg is ready and everything is prepared. Nod. Don't worry, Teddy. This is not unlike all the times you installed a new module in me. Don't know what to say to that. I won't be removing that much tissue, but I do need to trim back some of the scarring. Then I'll open the stump for the integration. Relax now. How about just, giving a couple of bottles of whiskey to deal with the pain? Well, how does it feel? This is marvelous. The pain is gone, and the balance is perfect. It works great, thank you. Ooh, achievement. Not only will it get you around town, in a few days it will start giving you nervous feedback, almost like having a real leg again. And the injections? Oh, you won't need those for another week at least. Well, much to do. Good luck, Teddy. I'll let you show yourself out. Oh, one more thing. Don't forget your old leg, or I'll sell it off for scrap. So where's my... Oh, there's the old leg. The old ball and socket, so to speak. Perhaps it is part of me that I longer need. Of course, I'm gonna take it with me. I might not be putting my weight on it anymore, but I can still find a use for it. Maybe I'll sell it off to an interested party. It belongs in a museum. Cadaver. Let's see if this guy recognizes. Somebody subject to whatever goes on down here. Kept under a drape for the sake of modesty. Alright, so now we have a new leg. Does he move faster? Let's see. Maybe slightly, but not sure. I want to say it's slightly faster. Calvin Quill. Sorry, did some coughing. Muted the mic, but now I feel better. The phlegm is vacating my system. Mr. Redgrave, you're a gentleman and a scholar, sir. When Tessica told me how you tracked her down simply to deliver my humble message, well, I was most impressed. I've been thinking of writing a poem of thanks and gratitude. Oh God. Yeah, oh God, end it all. Really unnecessary, Mr. Quill, I assure you. As I approach, the poet hangs his head as if in ineffable weariness and raises one hand to forestall the request I never intended to make. I cannot, sir. My sincerest regrets, but I cannot churn out great poetry the way a miller produces wagons full of grain. It is only natural that you lust for more of my incomparable verse, but even genius must rest, sir. Oh no. Yeah, but let's see. We have. Uh, yeah, so find gears and then. Yeah. Alright, let's go to the. What's this? Okay. What poster is this? I've seen it before, but I don't remember. I pity Bobby's guard in the zone is a frightful job. Ah, yeah, it's the werewolf, so. Okay. You never know if a werewolf is gonna break free, might even charge right through the electric fence if the beast is mad enough. Yeah, now it's gonna be more and more relevant soon. Alright, let's go to the tavern. Let's all go to the tavern. Let's all go to the tavern. Let's all go to the tavern to get ourselves some money. Okay. Let's go to the betting station. Hello here, wager you're here to see how your bet fared. Let's hear it then. Sorry, but your bet proved to be a flop. Maybe you'll get lucky next time. Yeah, we failed. Yeah, well, that's no surprise. Guys, let's talk to Molly. There's one small item I want to discuss before we talk about your contract. Your sabotage of my gin distillery. Go on, I've been waiting all day to hear this one. It was an illegal operation and I stopped it. I'll not apologize for that. Molly is quiet for an unsettlingly long time. No snake ever looked more menacing. Then her eyes flicker at the nearest doghound. The dastard winds up and gives Otto a hard kick, but luckily he can't do any damage that way. Oh dear, I hope you have not injured your foot. Where's the doghound? I don't see it. Try that on me, coward. I'll make a hole in your big enough. You're big enough to sit down in for tea. Crush me again, and your little tin sidekick might get hurt. That much scrap must be worth a couple of shillings. Now we can talk business. It looks like it takes her great effort to retrack her train of thought. Notably, she seems resentful for it. I can tell if she resents me or herself more for losing her composure in the first place. So, Mr. Redgrave, how's hunting? I want to say this, not bad, but be a damn sight better if my targets would hold still. Ha ha ha! You're here about the job, no doubt. It's a werewolf hunt. That's a specialty of yours, yes? Standard job, standard rate. Something about her posture suggests there's more to it. As you know, I often host gambling events in the basement of the tavern, pit fighting of all kinds. Unsanctioned sparring events where gamblers bet upon competitors, sometimes ending in death. You want a werewolf brought here in good shape for a pit fight? That's right, so don't rough him up or let him transform before he arrives. Pit fights are brutal enough, but to bring a werewolf into it invites a massacre. I shudder to think of the outcome. Alive capture and deliver is hardly a standard job. What if he transforms before I can restrain him? I've arranged for a powerful tranquilizer. Using that, an experienced hunter like yourself shouldn't have to break a sweat. Um, I need a heavy dose and it has to be high quality. You expect me to pay for it out of pocket? Thought of that too. Just go to the apothecary and have Gordon charge it to my account. Okay, I guess to the fucking apothecary. It just came from there. Alright, who's the lucky contestant? That'll be Sykes. Whoa, what a shocker. That is the only werewolf in the game so far that we actually met. He's hiding out from the coppers who want him for questioning about their courtesan killer murders. But if they get to him first, they'll rough him up and he won't be of any use to me. Okay, when it comes to coppers, it pays to see it their way first and shift the perspective. Searching for a police suspect is in the crime. Dolores at the laundry has a second-hand police uniform, dwarf-sized in fact. Ah, Dolores, I'm sure she'll make me jump through some kind of hoops to get it. If you run into the Barbies, that uniform will help. Offer to sing the Fields of Athenry for Dolores and she'll give it up for nothing. An Irish folk ballad about the Great Famine of the 1840s. Ah, yes. The famine that never happened was caused by the English. The Fields of Athenry, alright. Although I'm caught out, it could mean a drubbing. It's a drubbing, a beating, resounding defeat. Blue banders are awful proud of their vines, clothing. Which is odd considering their complete lack of fashion sense. Hey, the helmets are cool, right? Take this too. If the bobbies really pin you down and there's no way out of it, just hand it over. It's only for emergencies, mind. I'd prefer you don't have to use it. So, Molly's envelope added to inventory. How am I supposed to find this Sykes fellow? Yeah, you are, Redgrave. Spoiled for choice. Ask at the Rose, the pet broker in Plaza Soris, and that centaur fellow who's over often in the square as well. Spoiled isn't the word I would have used. Why the pet broker? Sir Williard sees a lot of action in Plaza Soris, and when he's not harping about his chipmunks and others, he's a regular in the gambling dens as well. Sykes is known to round out his vices at the tables. Why the Velvet Rose? Because our hirsute friend is a regular customer there. Place is like a merchant bank for the laboring man. Everyone goes straight there with their pay packet to make a deposit. Okay, ask about Sykes' family. Is Sykes likely to have friends or family about anyone who would keep up a fuss? Don't worry about allies. He's a loner like most of his ilk. What's more, he's had a falling out with his employer, meaning his income is cut off. Whatever bolt hole he's scuttled into, it won't be safe for long. What employer is that? Okay, we're gonna, fail. Fine, let's just fail. Ooh, analysis to level 11. Oh, this aggravating chap who's a decent man of science, but certainly not top shelf. At any rate, he's not germane to the conversation. Suffice to say that Sykes' back is against the wall. She's certainly gleeful about it. What about the censor? I don't remember the chap's name, but he's often loitering around in Plaza Soris. He's been nosing around in police business, and rumor has it he's taken an interest in the same crime they want Sykes for. Okay, so it's the Duval guy. Tell her your surgery went well. Fine, yeah. Surgery went swimmingly. You weren't jesting about the wonders of mechanical augmentations. Yes, I could spot you from the other side of town with that shiny new leg. Try to sell her a new old leg. Okay, let's see. Success. Now that I don't need this old piece of stovepipe anymore, maybe you could make use of it. What would you say to 4 quid? You do have a flair for design, Redgrave. Very well. Alright. We got £4. Uh, ask about Molly's enhancement. How about that brass shoulder plate you're sporting? Makes you look like a bit of a brawler. You don't climb to the top by being a good Christian, at least not from where I started. I tore a tendon in that shoulder while I was gouging out the eyes of the man who murdered my husband, Jack. Brocker's beard. So I had a whole socket replaced, helped put the trauma behind me. Okay, let's try to very hard skill check. Difficulty 70. What the fuck, man? Okay, I'm not gonna try it. Brutal. I don't know. Insightful. Discuss the red pack. I understand a goodly part of the red pack was werewolves. Before the Dark Hounds, the Red Pack were the most powerful criminal gang in East End. Partly they were feared because a majority of their members were lichens. The gang eventually fell to Molly O'Malley shortly after she assumed leadership of the Dark Hounds. Even before my esteemed career as a monster hunter, I knew their like in Zululand. They're rare, cruel fighters. They're foul beasts. We ought to put the deceased out of their misery, out of our misery. What good does it do to cuddle them along? Then every full moon is another excuse for murder and havoc. Hearing Molly say it, having such an opinion does seem rather rash. No. Okay, I'm brutal. Mention the violence done to Jack. Och, I know a wee bit about that. Heard how old Jack was torn apart and what you did to the Red Pack afterwards. Hard to credit it today, the whole East End paralyzed by violence. Aye, the blood splatter was like one of those modern paintings in the Royal Gallery. For a few nights at the height of it, I had the bobbies leave the bodies where they lay, to make the message plain to everyone. If this woman were a dwarf, I might even take a fancy to her. By the time I was done, the Red Pack was more of a red streak all the way to the River Leia. No. And there's something else. A follow-up on your pending eviction. By the way, did you manage to reach Arsenal concerning the clock tower? Yes, I did. You can rest easy on that score. Though there is talk of charging rent in the new year. Best I could do. Bloody hell, she has her hands in everything. Rent, what rubbish, yeah. That is quite a favorable outcome. It could have been much worse. Tell her new leg is a success and move on. All told, everything about my new leg is working perfectly. I feel like a new dwarf. Music to my ears. Understood. Apothecary for tranquilizers, laundry for uniform, and half of London to ask about a runaway werewolf. Anything else? I'm delighted you ask. Your reputation for thoroughness is well earned. As for the pit fight, a tussle with an actual werewolf naturally demands a worthy opponent. And who's the poor sword she has in mind? You'll earn a stiff bonus if you can enlist Atticus daily for the bout. He is a hulking minotaur given to brooding. I'm certain you've seen him skulking about town. He's the chap with his own personal rain cloud that follows wherever he goes. I know Atticus, but getting him on board is your business. I have my hands full with Sykes as it is. Bonus would be nice, but forcing random citizens to fight is not my bag. Taking the dangerous werewolf off the street, on the other hand. Oh, but just imagine, the bullman of ancient Greece against the moon-cursed maniac. The punters will simply go mad. And anything you want for drinks during fights, tell him Molly has it covered. Right then, Molly, see you later. Best of luck, no scoot. Tempus fugit, etc. So, Latin for time flies. Like tempus fucks it. That's the proper pronunciation, of course. Alright, so let's go. Let's first go to. Actually, maybe we should go get the uniform first because there's probably not so much stuff at the laundry. Maybe I should do a random save here. Lotus, sure. Here. Let's go get the uniform and then go to Sorry Square. La 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 la. Dolores. Dwarf tailoring costs extra and it'll be more again for those fancy appliances. The tiniest slip of fabric gets caught in the gears, and like as not, you'll end up standing naked in the streets. That's a typical how do you do from Dolores. She's hard as hobnails even with her top customers. Um, and a good day to you too, madam. Ooh, empathy has increased. Are you just gonna tell me your business, or did you just come to admire my looks? I'm actually here to pick up something up, a police uniform. I see it right there on the racks. Molly sent me. It's not Ken sent me, it's Molly sent me. Here to pick it up, are you? Funny, we skipped the part about my payments. I believe Molly intends to settle that herself. I'm sorry to say that Molly's promises, second-hand no less, aren't something I can deposit at the bank. Isn't that the truth? Um, But you do me a little favor and it's yours. Go fetch some lye from the apothecary. It'll be no more than a shilling. Go on. I press the garment for you in the meantime. Okay, fine. Let's run the errand. This is an, RPG, a video game. Fetch quests are, what you play them for, right? Alright, I'll fetch the lye for you, and not that I have much extra time. Time or not, Mr. Dwarf, so long as it gets done, you'll get your police uniform. Alright, let's get to the. We have to go to the apothecary anyway, so. Might as well. Two birds, one stone, although it means we have to come back here later for the uniform. Of course, there might be complications. Complications. Let's head this way. Lo, 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 lo. Second smell. Gordon Freeman. I trust you'll keep what you've seen in confidence. Yeah, okay. Ask to purchase lye. I don't suppose you've got any lye in stock. That I do. Okay, let's purchase it. I'll take a shilling's worth. Not a problem, there you are. Okay, we got it. Ask for some tranquilizers. I need big game tranquilizers suitable for delivery by dart. As for the payment, put it on Molly's account. Oh, well, in that case, have a bundle right here. Enjoy. Say goodbye. Well, Gordon, I'd best be getting on. Nice chatting with you as always. Of course, sir. Mhm. So, and there's like a couple of witnesses here, or like informants somewhere in the square. There was the centaur, and who else was it? Ah, yeah, yeah, the pet salesman, of course. All right, let's go talk to these guys then. Let's talk to this guy just in case. Well, Teddy, how might I bring you closer to Lord today? Get his opinion on werewolves. I'd like to hear your opinion on werewolves. Do you think that people infected with lichenism have souls? An interesting question, to be sure. Might I ask your opinion first? This is I have this, but I guess I'll do this. I hunt them for a bounty, only the killers, of course. Yet I can't help but pity them. It gladdens me to hear that from you. For pity is an important aspect of faith. The Lord Himself has pity on the weak and the needy. I have to give Him credit; He is rather determined. Regarding your question, I must behave as though they do have souls, simply because there's no way to know for certain, and when in doubt, I grant the Lord's grace to all creatures, whether man or beast. Ah, but I labor under no such obligation. You are a man of science, are you not? Uh, Science is merely a set of tools by which I calculate the means to meet my goals. Ooh, lovers. This character has gained the balance trait and will now be able to select dialogue options that require this trait. Okay. I wonder what I would have gotten if I chose the other option. But you just think how your opinions might change should a cure be developed and the beast driven out of those unfortunate men and women. You've given me something to chew on, Eli. Thanks. It was my pleasure, Mr. Redgrave. May the light of the Lord shine brightly on you and Otto today. Chair? Why is there something special about this chair? This chair has one split leg. It'd break like a toothpick should anyone put any weight on it. Ah, okay, this is like okay, hope thingy. It'd still be a final piece should someone decide to repair it. Yeah, yeah, okay, it's just one of these things. Yeah, I'm not gonna. I think these also can give me hope or lose hope if I want to, so I'm not gonna interact with them. Oh, there's the centaur. Well, I might as well talk to him then, too. Madam Centaur. Hehe. Watchful Centaur. Hello, what can I do for you? Standing here keenly observing the action in the square, might you be a detective under your own employ? It depends on who is asking me stuff. Teddy Ray Gray, Monster Hunter Extraordinary. This here is my handmade contraption, Otto. I very much appreciate your mustache, good sir. Delightful. It speaks. Thank you, Otto, Mr. Otto. You're most certainly welcome. Well, Mr. Redgrave, I can see no sense in concealing my identity to someone I've already heard is an upstanding monster hunter. The name's Yves Jalamet Duval. It is very nice of you to introduce yourself to us. You seem like a decidedly forthcoming chap. I'm looking for a werewolf chap, Sykes. The police are after him, and a little bird told me you might know something about it. Is there a species of bird that can speak? It's an idiom, Otto. You idiot! Yes, I'm familiar with the man in question. Why is it you're after him? I can assure you, he's not as guilty as Scotland Yard would have you believe. Why are you so convinced of his innocence? I have access to certain testimony and evidence which I am unable to divulge without the permission of my employer. But as former police inspector with many years of experience, I assure you my opinion carries weight. I have a business opportunity for him, I guess. It's even the truth from a certain perspective. A man in his position could stand to make some extra dosh, I think. Can you tell me where to find him? I cannot. He's gone to the ground. A shrewd move on his part. If Sykes can keep out of sight long enough, the real culprit will hopefully come to light. I've no intention of turning him over to the yard or any authorities. Since you don't have him, that doesn't seem to be a great concern. So, goodbye. Thanks for your time. For now, will bid you good day. Good day, sir. If you do find Sykes, I hope you'll consider what I've told you. Take care, Mr. Redgrave. Cabriolet, pet broker. Don't break my pets, man. Breaking my balls, breaking my balls. Mindy, well, oh, hello. Always pleased to make acquaintance of a fellow dwarf. Hi, name's Steady Redgrave. Well met. Well met. I am Otto the Automaton. It speaks fascinating. Sir Willard Rathbone at your service. This here's Dulcimer. Does he mean the monkey on his shoulder or the ostrich he's riding? No matter, he might as well be referring to an imaginary friend. This fellow's plainly mad. Study the ostrich. That is a fine specimen of ostrich I see there. I hope you're not feeding him exclusively on seed. Dicotyledonous plants, hollyhock for example, helps with their digestion, you know. I do know, sir, I do, but for some reason I doubt you're here to discuss the digestive habits of Struthoniforms. No, Sir Willard, I'm trying to locate a werewolf named Sykes. I have some business to conduct with him. Oh, Sykes, yes, Sykes, of course. I personally find the concept of being half animal utterly fascinating. Imagine the insight one must have into their world, the animal world, I mean, the insight into oneself. But do you know where I can find him? I know that he was involved in a torrid affair with one of the working girls at the Velvet Rose. He mentioned it to me one night during a hand of baccarat. Lycanthropes often have a terrible time with human relationships, but then one can't very well carry on with a wolf now, can one? No, I should hope not. So you think he might be at the Velvet Rose? Not at all. I haven't the froggiest idea where he might be. That was a pun, you see. I love amphibians, a fine natural example of versatility. So these guys are not very useful. Animal cages, let's break down the cages. Cages were obviously made for docile creatures. Those bars would hardly stand a chance against brawnier or more assertive captives. Okay. So there is something inside. What is it? A snake? In bear, elephant? I don't know. Elephant. Let's go get the clothes from the laundry place. So after we get the uniform, then I guess the Velvet Rose is our only lead. The Velvet Rose. Wharf. Enter laundry, exit dirt, into never, never, never land. Common dressmakers form essential kit for tailors and seamstresses. Got me later, yeah? Offered by the union. That I do. Fair trade then. Not a lot of call for dwarf police uniforms. Good day. I can put this on back at the workshop, and I'd better use my mirror to make sure it fits. So should I put it on already and then go to the rows? Then let's go. Right here. Let's go put on the uniform. Right, about that police uniform. I guess I should save, unless it, moves time forward or something. Fits me like a glove. You like a glove. Guess can't see it so clearly, but yes, I don't know the stuff like the backpack with sort of crap on his back doesn't seem so police offerish, officerish. I mean. All right, let's go to the rows then to ask a few questions. Dante's shop. Dark inside, who knows when he'll open it up. What are these socks? Do they have something to do with the werewolf? Try of crusty old socks, but nothing more. Ooh, policemen. Okay, I wonder if they're gonna be no angry with me if I talk to them wearing the uniform. Just like a pair of bobbies standing about with nothing better to do. How about solving a crime for once? Okay, I can't even talk to them. Whatever. Yes, I should talk to all these people. Constable Redgrave, anything I can do for you? Inform her about the doghouse bootlegging operation. Ran into something odd on one of my jobs. Can you believe those sneaky doghounds built a distillery and not a small one down in the sewers, and to power it they were filching steam from poor tenement folk. Oh, I'd believe anything of that lot. Don't think one of them ever seen the inside of a church. If they did, they'd like as not catch on fire, huh? But I didn't hear you used to work with them. Nay, used to work with Molly back in the Bullfrog days, but that was before all the mechanical arms and feet and faces nonsense. No offense, too bad they can't fix him up with some mechanical brains. That'd be an improvement for sure. Uh, I heard something untoward has come to pass around here lately. Oh, that poor lassie. Didn't know what happened to London town these days. It's funny that Dine isn't. No, you cannot get the yellow text stuff because I know what it is. It's don't know in Scottish, but I don't know if it's so commonly known. Anyways, you wouldn't know who would do such a thing, would ya? Nay, I run with some rough company now and then, but nee outright monsters. You certain of that might never know a monster till you see it do something monstrous. Well, I knew a bloke named Pancho. Wow is a bit of monster for the bobbies caught up with him. Had a steam gurney, fast as polished steel, wore a cannon like urine. Steam-powered automobile, first prototype by Sir Goldsworthy Gurney. Sounds like a right tosser. We see him when they caught him and gunned him down. I couldn't catch me. Had the tell could have caught me any day, but let me go. Out of kindness, I suppose. Ooh, the being lazy fools who couldn't catch. I could if they were trying. Unless the caught is a bigger, lazier fool. Anyhow, there must be something better to talk about. Ask away. Okay, tell her about the werewolf hunt. I'm keeping the bills paid barely, but I've got a wee bit of werewolf wrangling lined up. That'll keep me and Otto in fish and chips for a while. I didn't need to tell ya that mind yourself, yeah. Good, I prefer to do my scrapping at the tables these days, not at the owl. I'm built for speed, Nep Hamlin. Still carrying that old cannon around with ya, I see. I am. It'll stop anything short of a locomotive at full steam. And if it misfires, you can always club them to death. Goodbye. I think I'll leave you to it, Lefty. Good to see you, though. Aye, you too, Redgrave. Keep in line, Otto. Alright, how about Clementine? It's claimed the old reliable, good bartender and a better arm wrestler. Sorry, officer, I can't serve drinks to those still on duty. Well, if it isn't everyone's favorite dwarf. I did not know your reputation preceded you across all of London, Mr. Teddy. It's merely a saying, nothing more. Ha ha ha, I won't ask you what you made to want to become a bobby, just know that you remain welcome in here. To tell the truth, I haven't sworn fealty to Scotland Yard. The uniform I'm wearing just makes my current contract a bit easier to fulfill. On the hunt, right? Funny how the other rat catchers get by with a net and some tongs. But just look at how you're kitted out. Guns, tools, fancy goggles. The goggles, they do nothing. Must be some right big rats out there. I'm a monster hunter, Clem, not a rat catcher. I'm a doctor, Jim. I'm not a rat catcher, whatever. Although I have been known to hunt rats on the side, of course. Oh, I see. Makes you high and mighty then. Big monster hunter, yeah, eh? Never mind, Clem. Perhaps I'll see you after my pound is paid. By the by, did you hear tenements finally got their heat back? Must have been some smart engineering work that did it. Of that I have no doubt. Good day now. Le Velvet Rose. The Rose of Velvet. Do, 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 do. Alrighty. Whatever. Spittoon. An area ripple in that bucket of tobacco juice. Oh, there's Lou here. A fine bottle of nature's liquid bounties, but I'd better leave it. Might have been dosed with a psychotropic agent. Yeah, he's been here forever. Bonnie lass. Is she Bonnie? I don't think so. Typical denizen of the Rose. Upon spotting me, she looks up from the piano she was playing. She looks a mite haggard. Hello, Constable. Name's Lou, Louise Arts, and I've got what you need, though it's going to be extra if you'd like to bring an automaton along. Okay, I sort of want to see that. Teddy, what is meant by along in this context? Never you mind, Odo. No, thank you, miss. Afraid that's not why we're here today. Shoot yourself, officer. I'm actually looking for an. I guess I'm tracking down a fugitive from the law, one Mr. Sykes. All right, they've hired a new dog catcher, did they? I don't want no business with the bobbies. It is of utmost importance that I find Sykes before the full moon, so just tell me where he is and I'll be on my way. I'm only asking because the word all over is he's wanted on suspicion of being a courtesan killer. I've got no truck either way. I got no business either way, so I don't mind telling you he's locked himself away inside the containment zone like a good little werewolf. Oh, thank you, Miss Arts, for the information. I'd best be getting on. Back into the fray, Otto. Alright, so now we know where he is. Let's pee in the piano. What workmanship a dwarf has to admire a precision instrument like this. Is that a... Oh yeah, that's a cup too. Seems this fellow isn't keen on letting me past him. But I'm a cop too. I can say, like, how do you do, fellow officer? Here is my secret handshake. What do you mean? There's no secret handshakes. So you're a fake cop. Get out of here, and so on. Like, we bully him to leave. But anyways, let's go to the containment zone then. There's gonna be like 100 werewolves. It's gonna turn into some swarm shooter. That would actually be a nice diversion, as long as the gameplay mechanics weren't as in such a mini game. But chances are they would suck. A little bit of shooty bang bang might be fun. I am dwarf. Containment fence. Voltage on that bulwark hardly lets up. Not that sharp-witted engineer couldn't power it down. Should the need arise. Okay, can I talk to the cops now? What do you owe, officer? I don't seem to recognize you. Wager you're from another precinct. Yeah, I'd wager you're from another precinct. Peace in a pod, these two. Kipling and Ogilvy. Ingrates on their own, double the headache when they work together. I think you're getting yourself turned around here, Cole. We're holding up this end today. Yeah, we're holding up this end. Me and Officer Kipling have it all under control. Is that an echo or am I just losing my mind? You look like you're doing a fine job, but I've been asked to double check security on the other side, so if you'll just kindly make a path. Alright, let's do some saves coming. It's almost like the horde shooter mini game I wanted to try. It's almost the same, right? Uh, Policeman. Okay, not the fence. Nope. Nope, can't shift it. This is really annoying. I always have to click these, like I cannot press spacebar or enter or anything like that to continue the game from those loading screens. Still failure. Screw you, man. Do 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 do. No. Still failing. It's 30%. It's not like impossible roll. Like chances according to the statistics or whatever, we should succeed this time, right? If it's 30%, we've rolled 3 times already, I think. See, I'm smart. Okay. Oh, I very well. Better your neck than mine. But keep a sharp eye out, lad. These werewolf types can be dangerous in their human forms as well. Then I also heard it rumored that some of them turn early. Any road, make a path for the man Ogilvy. All right, what Sergeant Kipling said. Go ahead then. Be careful. I will take your advice, officers. We will take your advice, officers. Well, I'm glad that that's done with a couple of shoulder blockheads. Ah, okay. Let's save since we got past that. Whiny. Less whining. I need to power it down first. There's a circuit box. Yes, I know there's a circuit box. Right, what do we have here? Take a closer look at the circuit box. Try to open it. 94. Yes, definitely succeed. This latch is no trouble for a sharp-witted engineer. Inside is a set of breakers powering the electric fence. Pull the purple wire. Nothing to it. And now the werewolves are gonna go free. Now I can slip inside through the gap in the boards. After going in, there's no sense in turning back. Do I have everything I need? Gun, tranquilizers, gumption. What else would a hunter want? I guess we can just go. No time like the present. The containment zone, a secure camp where werewolves can volunteer to be segregated around the time of the full moon. The stink of the place announces itself well in advance. Those who confine themselves here must sleep on a floor of broken cobbles and choose from a filthy canvas roof, a rusty cage, or a fortified cell. The perimeter fence provides a barrier between those preparing to transform inside and the potential for a civilian massacre outside. London has been down that road many a time, and as for yourself, you faced a werewolf one on one, but never a whole host of them. The possibility of an early transformation must be accounted for, and a gun across your back is only a small comfort. Luckily, it's loaded and ready to fire. It's like I got a new. Okay. It's just some spam. I got a message that didn't show properly, but it's just some spam. Okay. Fire pot. better than normal pot is gonna get you fire high. Despite the rancid vapor of oil and industrial waste, this humble fire pot is a vagabond's best friend, as close to a hearth as he or she may ever have. Nobody's here at the pot. Why is that? Ruddy tent. Here's a convenient place to change out of my copper togs. I shed the uniform. Yeah, I guess I should shed the uniform. That probably is. Back to business. Hunched woman. This poor dear is having a rough go of it. She looks at me through a messy tangle of hair. It's not even dark yet, judging by those tufts of hair. I'd say we're seeing an early transformation. Check on her well-being. They treating you alright in there? They treat me like a beast, but I came to the zone of my own accord. Okay, ask about Sykes. You happen to know Mr. Sykes? Sorry, I haven't had any opportunity to make any friends in here. With the daylight failing, the moon keenly rising, I imagine she's quite preoccupied. Okay, let's stand away. Maybe if I tease her, she's gonna, go into a frenzy and then, break. What's that? What was that? Otto? No, wait. No, wait. It's the other way around. Wait. What was that, Otto? I will not participate in this enterprise. Dash it all. What now? Impulse. Nonsense. Keep moving. I will not keep moving. I have ceased forward locomotion. Well, I'm the one who installed the determination module. I'd be a fool to complain now. Tell me what the problem is. You are failing to consider Mr. Sykes' inherent value as an intelligent entity. I will not participate in his abduction. My automaton's empathy for a fellow sentient being has outstripped my own. Makes a dwarf consider things. Explain yourself. I'm a monster hunter, Otto. That is my vocation, and as you very well know, and Mr. Sykes is a werewolf. Because of their feral nature, werewolves have certain limitations on their rights. They are not full citizens like you and I. Like you and like I am. Okay. So wait, is our automaton citizens? That confuses me. Oof, stumbled a bit there. You are conceding that although Mr. Sykes is a sentient being, you have chosen to violate his innate human rights. Okay, send him home with compassion. You will make a strong point about Mr. Sykes and I will take it under advisement, but I can't have anyone naysaying me in the middle of a job. Why don't you head back to the workshop for now and I'll see you later, alligator? Yes, that is a reasonable compromise. Still, I wonder if I'm going too far with this endeavor. Haggard prisoner. Tranquilizers in the chamber, better to keep my trigger finger ready. Is it him? I don't know. Be assertive. Oh, you'll be Sykes then. I'll be looking for you. Yes, I'm Sykes, although I don't quite feel like myself at the moment. Maybe this. First things first, let me see about this door. A jailer's lock won't slow me down much longer. Steady hand with the padlock, I see. You better explain yourself. Think of a pretty lie. Damn it. I wanna succeed in my pretty lies. Pretty little prim prom. Okay, if this is Sykes is that easy to find, maybe I should go look around downstairs if there's anything else there. Because it looked like there was like, you know, some... See, there's a cage here at least. Tower of cages. Whoever stacked these cages didn't bother to align them. Bad forklift operator. Do not approve. Lemur. Toppled crate. An empty crate marked fragile. What delicate items are inside? Fragile, she doesn't know her beauty. Look here, a couple of coins lying in the dust. Pick up the coins. See? A little bit of coins. It's good I came here. Alright, let's go back to Sykes. Psych! I was expecting more people, but it's like 2. Moo, yeah, werewolf, cow, same thing, right? Okay, assertive. Yeah, sure, this one. Okay, succeed in a lie. The ladies of the Velvet Rose pulled their pennies and hired me to spring you. We're going someplace safe to hide out until the police find the real killer. Real killer? What are you talking about? His confusion seems genuine. Poor fellow doesn't even know the bobbies are after him. Confusion or not, I don't have time for this. I'll explain it later. For now, we've got to get you out of here. Very well, I suppose I'm in your hands. Now don't worry about this, it's not a gun, it's just a little sleeping potion for the trip. What do you mean? Why should I have to be asleep? It's just a precaution, less suspicious with you being a fugitive. Trust me, I do this kind of thing all the time. I suppose I haven't much choice. Go ahead then. Fire the gun. Ooh, impulse increased to level 16. It won't hurt much anyways. Kalilach Sam, Mr. Sykes. Sleep tight. It's Gaelic. I'd like to have a super ego that speaks Gaelic. Galach Sam. Sam. I have no idea how to pronounce it. What's that? Leaden steps approaching on the platform. Whoever's coming is equally large and fleet-footed. Well, is this Jemmy? Oi! Are you going to secure the parcel or are you waiting to see if he transforms? He's out cold, and if you knew anything about monsters, you'd know he couldn't transform when he's like that. By the by, I know about your Rekinard distillery. I had a piece of that, you know. He looks ready to tear me in half. Molly is now seeking compensation for your antics. Now I'm going to claim those couple of pounds. Pounds? Fine, I don't want to waste time rolling this. Okay, let's pay the fine. You sir drive a hard bargain. Don't get cheeky, Redgrave. Just be thankful you still have the melon of yours atop your shoulders. The hard part's done, so if you'd kindly stop blocking the thoroughfare, I'd be much obliged. I didn't come all the way out here to praise your handiwork. I'll be collecting Sykes and escorting him the rest of the way. Refuse to compromise. Not a chance, my capture, my delivery. Look, Mr. Redgrave, I'm Molly's right hand, so these orders come directly Uh, but you needn't be concerned. I'm inviting you along. Can't say I like it, but I suppose I'll have to take it up with her. Where are we taking Sykes? Miss Molly needs our moonsick friend for a high society soiree at the manor in Braxton County. Derogatory term for a werewolf. Hmm. That's miles away. We'll have to take a ferry up the Thames. Sykes will be some sort of entertainment for the evening. The dandies have quite peculiar taste these days. Now then, we must be on our way. So some fancy members of the upper class, often conceited and overly devoted to neatness and appearance. Alright, Brother Reds, I'll let you lead the way. Just wanna shoot the guy, he's annoying. One's real life is so often the life that one does not lead. I guess that's true. So, Clara Reed, said Catherine Docks, you're still in London, though you've been trying to make yourself useful investigating the murder. Zora seems convinced the culprit is a werewolf. There are a few clues to support this, though the theory is a little too neat for your taste. Eve agrees, but the coppers don't. Yeah, I don't want to read that crap. Uh, Talking to Molly always makes my skin crawl. We've got this dreaded party tonight. Used to express annoyance or irritation, and I said Mr. Tenor party, whatever. Tenor's telegram said he'd gotten me a special outfit. I should go to the bell jar and check with Sorry to see if it's arrived. Can't forget I still need to track down the journalist Ivana Orsini. Molly said that Ivana might be found at the bell jar. That's a couple of things I can handle in quick succession. Efficiency is key if I'm ever gonna catch the killer. Um, Let us do a wood save. And I have this quest, meet Iron Bear at the tavern. Let's see if we can do that now. I doubt. Or no, that does that mean that we're gonna join the party? That's how we're gonna join the Mr. Tennis party, of course. Oh, but no, he has his own side quest, right? Paco. Okay, and oh, Iron Bear and Dante. Okay. Then you do have access to the Arsenal warehouse here at the wharf. My good man, I do, but that's not the point. Miss Clara, you always make the day a little brighter. Very kind of you, Dante. I'm sorry I interrupted, but now that I have, what are you two plotting? Sounds quite serious. Iron Bear shoots Dante a flinty hook. Dante responds by throwing up his arms in mock exasperation. All right, Iron Bear, this young lady's word carries a good deal of weight around here. Miss Clara, your friend, is interested in a certain set of diagrams authored by Lord Braxton. They describe a prototype steam-powered repeating rifle, very advanced firearm. I give Iron Bear a look of my own. He shrugs. There's a saying, I believe, never to put all of one's eggs in one basket. Makes a fair point. And you have access to these diagrams, Dante? As I was about to tell Iron Bear before your arrival, I do not. Nothing so valuable is stored at the Arsenal warehouse. Too much foot traffic, too many strangers. Lord Braxton is paranoid about that kind of thing, wisely as it turns out. Dante pauses for effect. He's truly relishing his role here. The repeating rifle plans are most likely to be found at Braxton Manor, and I believe Lord Braxton is hosting a party there in the near future. How fortuitous that, given that I have been invited to the very same party. Then you will help me acquire the diagrams from the manor. I would be in your debt. That's reason enough, and searching the manor for the diagram sounds like a bit of fun. Thank you, Miss Reed. I will meet you and Cunningham at the ferry landing here at the wharf when it is time to leave. What is the English expression? Good luck and Godspeed. cogs. Fine. Now, Dante, I've collected more cogs for you. Splendid. Here's a little something for your troubles. Ooh, over £1 for that. Oh, 12 cogs. We had plenty of them. Okay. How about let's talk to Jimmy. Molly's not around if that's what you're looking for. Now bugger off before I toss you back in the gutter. I'm gonna kill that guy with all of my characters. Triple kill. So bell jar. Let's go to the bell jar. Oh, yeah, all the way here. Of course we are. Let us go to the bell, let us go to the bell, let's go to the bell jar. Okay, here it is. A nice sofa. I'm not likely to find anything else here. Ivana and Sori seem to be engaged in a quite spirited conversation. This might be the only chance I have to ask her about the authenticity of the courtesan killer's letter published in the London Journal. Alright. Wind. My address is on the card. Whether it be peculiar or mundane, write to me about anything. I keep my sources anonymous. That is a promise. Clean flourish as she passes over her visiting card. A calling card with personal information such as name, address, passed hand to hand, blah blah blah. Yeah. It might be perceived as an innocuous hand gesture meant only to invigorate conversation. I may even want to sleep on it first. Sleep with the card under your pillow if it helps. Drop by the office anytime you like. Oh, can I help you with anything, Clara? I didn't mean to interrupt. Perish the thought, Miss Reed. I'm sure your good conscience here agrees that I've distracted her enough. I suppose there are a few telegrams that I need to transcribe. By the way, thank you for marking that window for me the other day. Miss Dr. Wainwright proved highly cooperative when I called on him. Should have seen the look on his face. I guess the interview went rather swimmingly. I guess chat with her first. I should ease into things a bit, soften her up. What brings you to the Belchar Hotel? Apart from the exceptional customer service, logs? Flipping through pages and pages of guestbook logs, which can be terribly dull, but one can learn a thing or two. I, Miss Cecilia Alder. Ah. She motions to the quilled pen and the guest book at the counter where I practiced the signature of my pseudonym during my stay. I do appreciate you adhering to the botanical theme per your surname. Uh, if you figure it out, I'd best change it. There's truly no need. The nature of my profession has simply attuned my nose to these types of things. I was searching for a particular alias and stumbling upon yours. I'm not sure how I feel about this. Clara, I swear on my life this discovery is merely incidental. I shan't tell a soul. What was the name of the alias you were searching for? Sorry, I can't risk the identity of my sources. Be just my luck that you're deft-handed at deciphering aliases as well. Keep chatting. This is going well. She must be a fan of small talk. I'm beginning to form an idea of how you acquire your sources. Concierges, washerwomen, florists are the oracles of Delphi in our modern age. The most famous of Greek oracles believed to deliver prophecies from the god Apollo. Getting on the good side ensures I know all the local scuttlebutt for years to come. Rumor or gossip? Yeah, I never understand why is scuttlebutt. This means gossip. Anyways, ask about the courtesan killer. No need to waste more time with the pleasantries. I read your latest article on the courtesan killer case. I have some questions. Oh, please do tell. Would the killer send your newspaper the letter? I can understand why the killer, being proud of his dirty work, would send a letter to the press, but you mean why the London Journal? Well, we have a reputation for journalistic excellence, or a reputation for scandal and glorification of violent crimes. As to why it was penned in the first place, it's about control. The killer controls his victims' lives, and with the letter, controls how the police will chase him, as well as the narrative overall. Him, then you must have someone pegged for it. Oh yes, and I don't mind saying so. The letter said I'm a proper beast and shan't ever be caged. So I thought to myself, but of course it's a werewolf. Oh dear, that's quite an assumption to make. One of my many contacts is a man called Mr. Sykes. He's a lichen, mind you, and became rather agitated when I showed him the letter. You think he wrote it? I'm not sure, but I suspect Sykes for a number of reasons, not all of which I can share. Not until I put together the rest of my story, one that everyone will be reading when they do arrest a fellow. Um, you did take the letter to the police, yes? Of course I did, after publishing, giving the killer's threats. Ivana fiddles awkwardly with her signet ring, those fluid movements she displayed with sorry are nowhere to be seen. I can hardly blame her for being afraid. The police were grateful naturally, as analyzing it will help them build their case. This could be vital in catching the culprit. Seems strange that the letter was published the night after another slaying, particularly when the letter itself indicates a lack of excitement recently. Truthfully, I did receive the last letter sometime before the publishing last evening. I was hesitant to publish it at all, as you might have guessed. Oh, why publish it now then? There was no particular reason, I'm afraid. I just decided it was worth the risk. Ivana looks uncharacteristically conflicted. If I'd known another victim would arise on the same day as the printing, I would have waited, or perhaps withheld it entirely. You have my word on that. Don't you worry that the letter could be. Don't you worry that the letter could incite fear more than anything, especially after Beatrix's death. Of course, she's worried, but she also knew it would result in the London Journal flying off the shelves. Well, it's a warning, the people need to be informed. But the city has been consumed with paranoia about this. Not everyone reads the news, Clara. I'm not sure I would use the word consumed. You would certainly profit if people were consumed by it. Alright, the choice to publish wasn't tasteful, I admit. But when Sykes is captured, everyone will breathe such a great sigh of relief it won't matter whatever shock tactics you think I might have used. Ivana seems quite set on Sykes being the killer, though the way he speaks does not particularly match the cadence of the letter. The more I investigate, the more I'm certain Sykes is not involved, particularly when it comes to the letter. Why is that? Call it a hunch. So what are my chances? Okay, let's try to explain. Ooh, Kapla. Sykes is not a good match for the cadence of the letter. The patterns and grammar are off. You said you copied down the letter exactly. What's wrong with the grammar? There isn't anything wrong with it per se. After Beatrix, there's little Sykes enjoying more at the roast than talking about himself. I could probably pen his biography. Yes, and it's not as if he cannot write a well-tuned sentence, but without a single misspelling nor a comma out of place, it simply sounds different from his usual mannerisms. Perhaps if Sykes consulted an editor before. He's been staring me in the faces all this time. Of course! Of course! You penned the letter, am I correct, Ivana? Yeah, I was thinking it's fake. The way she looks down and squares her feet, she's been backed into a corner like this before. Why say it aloud when you already know? Though I suppose staying tight-lipped at this juncture wouldn't be a matter of journalistic integrity, but rather cowardice. Quite. Simply know this: it wasn't my choice. I'll not deny forging the letter, but please don't think it was because I take pleasure in subterfuge. For what purpose then? An order from her superiors to boost her paper sales? Or something more insidious than that? Then be my ally in this. I won't turn down any help. I want to help, but I'm in the same boat as you. If you really want more information on the case, Ivana looks loath to say their next part. Take a look in your employer's flats. Madame Zora? It's on Cable Street, just past the orphanage. First brownstone you hit, ground floor. Swing by when you get chance. I'm sure a clever lady like yourself could find a way in. I suppose that's all I'm gonna learn from Ivana. Well, she left. Oh, Zora's flat. Okay, sorry, we supposed to get a costume or something. Oh, by the by, package just arrived for you. I got it right here if you'd like to collect. Package from whom? What's in the box? It's from your friend, Senator Cunningham, it seems. That'll be the dress for this evening's soiree. Thank you, Zori. I can take the package now if you like. Not a problem, Miss Reed. I do hope Tenors picked something reasonable. Whatever it is, I can head up to my room and put it on at the dressing table when I'm so inclined. Tenor will be waiting for me at the wharf, and we'll take the ferry to Braxton Manor from there. Is there anything else I can do to help you with? I'm good for now, thank you, sorry. Then maybe we should head towards the flat. So, where is the flat? Cable Street. Yeah, so okay, let's go to Cable Street then. Okay, sorry, Square. I should put on my evening dress before leaving. Okay, the dressing table in my suite will do nicely. Alright. I guess, like, if you're gonna sneak into Zora's. So I have to go. Okay, okay. Like if I'm gonna sneak into Zora's apartment, this might be good to be like in at least disguise a little bit. If I wear the same dress I always wear, then she's gonna recognize me even more easily, right? Or well, let's see, let's see. Or does it mean that if we put it on, we're gonna jump to the party already? Because I don't wanna go there yet. Dressing table. Okay, now then, about that dress Sori handed me. Shall I put it on? Let's get it over with. Uh, well, it's not what I would have chosen, but at least it fits. Yeah, whatever. And then gonna go to the sewers or something, wearing this fancy new dress. So where is Cable Street? Ah, okay, it's here. Sacred Heart Orphanage. Mhm. Rooms for rent. Okay, it's not this place. Oh, there it is. Alright, let's go check out her flat. See what we find. This is the address I was looking for. Zora's flat, locked of course. Use the magic lockpick. Good thing I bought it. Worked like a charm. I suppose Miss Kemeni's lockpick lives up to its reputation. Madame Zora has more than enough capital to enjoy the niceties associated with the upper crust, yet you wouldn't know this from a glance at her flat, which is the opposite of cozy. The furnishings and fixtures of her modest 3 rooms are a cut above the average tenement, but not lavish per se. I thought Zora's much humbler than one might suspect, or she likes to play chameleon with her property. Um, the barren decor suggests a woman lacking personality, but anyone who has spoken to Zora knows the opposite is true. Zora's well-heeled status does not align with the domestic simplicity found here. There is something insincere about the wooden picture frames and the chairs upholstered in drab and solid colors, as if she were concealing aspects of her character. Is she like a spy or something? Aspects that would otherwise be exposed if she had chosen the handcrafted and one of a kind pieces for her home that she certainly could have afforded. I've had a Once I've had a good look around, I shouldn't dally much longer. Tena's waiting for me at the dwarf. Alright, let's do another save already. Do slips. Dining table. Such a large table. Does Zora have company often or is it merely for show? Orchid. Oh my gosh, she has plans. She's a murderer. Orchids are notoriously finicky plants, but this one seems to be thriving. Step away. Werewolf head. Severed and taxidermed head of a lycanthrope. It's not illegal to own such a thing, unfortunately, but it's the absolute nadir of bad taste. Lowest point of something. This is not the Nadine of. I've seen such grotesques hanging in the walls of the wealthy before. Shrunken human heads, heads of minotaurs, kitsunes, and more besides. Foxes, trickster foxes from traditional Japanese folklore. Telegram. Telegram from Lucky Luke. Telegram lies addressed to Madame Zora. Read it. To the distinguished Miss Zora Levick. Levitch? I don't know. Lord Silas Braxton Bragg requests the pleasure of your company at an evening party, 7:30, October the 31st. Aperitifs and digestives to be served. An unrolling of an acquisition from Thebes will entertain guests at 9:30, followed by a captivating and revelatory demonstration of Lord Braxton regarding his latest discoveries in the field of medical research. We unite in the name of progress and innovation. With kind regards, the state of Lord Braxton, estate of Lord Braxton. So I would most certainly wish to attend such an exclusive party. No wonder she isn't home, she must be already left for Braxton Manor. I should meet with Senna when I'm done here and make my way to Braxton Manor as well. Painting. Ruins at dusk, such artwork does line up with Zora being the pensive sort. Table where the details in these plates are quite precise, no wonder they're on display. Oh, bookshelf. It appears Zora has an interest in penny dreadfuls there. Cheap novels of violent adventure or crime, also known as shilling shockers. I should read a penny dreadful. You can hopefully find some of them on the internet. Just out of curiosity. Portrait. The engraving on the frame claims to be Slavko II. What a dour looking fellow. So it's some king. Slavko is like Slavish company. Ooh, padlock door. Okay, there's like something nasty hidden there. Zora's writing desk is practically crying out to be searched. Let's have a rummage, shall we? Fuck you then. Let's re-roll. Let's try again. Let's try again. Okay, yes, like 71% chance or whatever. In the drawer is an open letter addressed to Madame Zora. It appears to be quite new. Read the correspondence. It says here it was sent by one M. Orsini. Is the journalist, right? Is her first name M? I don't remember. Dear Zozo, I wish you'd hang up your pride and come home. The Levitch name still holds some sway, and Nana Angeli still has her legacy. I think if only you'd apologize to the man's family and cease this misinformed prejudice, I could make a case for your return to Bruslavia. So is she the killer? If she is also from Bruslavia, and one of the victims was it Gwen? Was also like, and she's also said that she knows the killer, and they're like it was implied they're from the same place. I was never close to you nor my own sister, given our discrepancy in age, and really you've been more of a sister to her than I ever was. But I ask you on behalf of the family to consider it. I've been writing to Ivy as well, and I know she has wanted to see her home again. I wish you would have told someone of your beliefs while you were here. You might have conversed about it rather than staying quiet and clinging to your status to protect yourself. We would love to have you back in Bruslavia, so please at least write me back and tell me what you consider it. Um, regards, M. Orsini. Orsini, as in Ivana Orsini. My, that does raise some questions. I need to speak with both Ivana and Zora post haste. Immediately. Ooh, we have a new dress even like shown here. That's cool. It seems Ivana and Zora are family and cousins, perhaps, from what the letter says. I wonder if Zora has a stake in Ivana's newspaper as well. They are also Bruslavian nobility of some stripe, of certain status. I'll have to track Zora down at the party tonight for a lengthy discussion. There's something else tucked into the farthest corners of the drawer. It's a locket of some sort strung with a gold chain. Inside is a finely crafted portrait of a young boy, no more than 10 years old. An engraving on the exterior reads, Damjan Levich, Zora's son. Saints, that certainly bears consideration and perhaps questioning. But how would I explain my knowledge of this to Zora without letting her know of my break in? It's like I had a friend and she might have broken in and let's go check out the flask. Flask of laudanum nearly full, but perhaps all I use it to sleep. Yeah, take it. Everyone could use a bit of relief now and then. Bed. Crisp, clean linens with not a wrinkle in sight. It seems Zora is as exacting in her private life as she is at Rose. Perfume bottle. Fleur de Bulgarie. The same perfume used by Queen Victoria, if you believe the adverts. A titch ostentatious, I must admit. Have a sniff. Oh, it must be a favorite of Madame Zora's. I recall smelling the scent all over the velvet rose. Bergamot musk and roses, a surprisingly crisp scent. Take the bottle. Fleur de Bulgarie. Bedroom view. The view is not particularly scenic, though it can hardly be helped with the sprawling orphanage across the way, monopolizing most of it. Still, Zora's done quite well for herself. Alright, let's go check out the door. Switch box. This door is more heavily constructed than the rest of the house, and it's padlocked shut. Um, well, that's truly unnerving, isn't it? Whatever I do here, I'd best be careful. I don't want Madame Zora knowing there was someone snooping around the place. Um, examine the door. There's a slight draft coming from beneath the thick door that would suggest a window or alternative entrance. Turning the padlock over, there seems to be tiny shapes etched into the metal. Yeah, okay, let's use Angelina's enchanted lockpick. Seems to be perfect fit. I can hear the driver pins slide into alignment. Spring-loaded pins that keep a lock from turning or allow it to turn when raised in alignment. Yes, that did the trick. Okay, there's some kinky. Okay, there is some sex dungeon here. Fire water. Deep gouges. Saints above, what a decidedly awful sight, no doubt about it. A prison cell of some kind. Grubby mattress. Ah, like the mattress in the New York underground with certain kinds of people climbing from the sewers like a year ago. A lumpy flophouse mattress which has certainly seen better days. Are those saliva stains, drool, or perhaps been chewed? No need to get any closer to that thing. I've got exactly as many fleas as I need. So maybe her son is a werewolf or something, and he's been manacled here. Set of chains and manacles are bolted to the wall. These aren't the remnants of times gone by. There's little rust, and the cuffs are shiny with recent use. Lichen salve. Inspect the label. The label smeared with salve, but the patient's name is still barely visible. Ivana Orsini. Char has almost been used up. Wait, so Ivana is actually a werewolf? Ivana? Madame Zora's cousin. A barred window looking out to the street. The bars are on the inside of the glass. This room is nobody's idea of a private getaway, but I'm sure it's more comfortable than a cell block at a tower. Tower of London, a notorious prison and place for execution. Why would Zora keep someone in here, and who would it be? One of the girls, John herself? Alright. Can I? I guess we cannot close the door. Yeah, okay. We read the stuff already. Okay, that's probably everything here. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else here. And we're just gonna leave all the doors open and stuff like that. Alright. But I guess I'll end the stream here. Next time I can go to the party and do whatever I can at the party, or it's probably gonna be some other character first before we get to the party. Maybe the Minotaur, Atticus. We didn't play with him today at all, but he should be going to the mental hospital, the asylum or something, to find his mom at some point, right? But anyways, I'm Adventure Argonaut. Thank you for watching and bye bye.